Hello, 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 and we are moving further down the road, and we're doing like the Queen live experience, the various DVDs and CDs and Blu-rays that were released to document the live performances of Queen. This one, this one's an interesting one. This is Hungarian Rhapsody, Queen live in Budapest. Mm, there you go. It was recorded 27th of July 1986 on the Magic Tour. It was after the Wembley and before Nebworth, if you think of it in those terms. In the sequence of live gigs, recorded, like I say, in Budapest, in Hungary, at the Nep Stadion. Um, Interesting time politically because Hungary was still part of the um, Eastern Bloc, and we still had the Cold War on. So not many bands went into that side of the Iron Curtain to perform. So I remember it being a really big deal, very very important performance, and it's a very different concert. Yeah, you still get all the Queen bombast, but I don't know. It just feels very different. It feels very different to um, the Wembley um, concert that we see. Whereas, like I said, I always describe that as like a homecoming. It's like, this is it's very different, very special. And I remember seeing it. It was on television. They showed it on TV. I think it was shortly after it was recorded, back in the day. And this was released on DVD and Blu-ray on the 20th of September 2012. So relatively recent when you think of how time passes. Yeah, originally it was called Queen Live in Budapest, and I think it was on. Yeah, must have had it on VHS back in the day. But I remember it being on TV. I would have watched it on VHS when it came out. And now you got this version again. They've done a great, lovely job. Um, you know, Blu-ray in it, high definition and everything. Though it's not the same as Montreal, where because like I said before, I don't think this is. Well, looks of it, I don't think it was filmed. It was videotape, but it's still a nice looking release. Um, and again, if you look at the set list, it's very very similar to what we get with the other Live Magic and Magic Tour and Live at Wembley performances. Again, opens with One Vision, Time of the Day, Lap of the Goods, Seven Seas of Rye, Tear It Up. You get my drift. They do a traditional Hungarian song. I'm not. Shall I try and say it? Tavadzi sel vize arats, and Mercury learns it. And it's quite moving. It's quite moving when he does this performance. And I think there's a making of documentary that goes with this, where you see him practicing, learning this, and he's determined to get it right. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's the same kind of set list that we see um, with the other gigs on that tour, but it just feels completely different. And again, because it isn't Wembley and because it's not Nebworth and whatnot, it might be something that you might have overlooked. It might be one of those concerts that slipped through the cracks and you may never have seen. So do check it out. I don't. Was there a? Yeah, it says there was a DVD. Sorry, it says there was a CD of it. I've not heard the CD. Um, that looks like there might be extra material. There might be a couple of extra. Yeah, there's a couple of extra tracks that were omitted from the DVD. Another one bites the dust. Time Other Day was edited. Looks like it's going to be a good night. Was omitted. Guitar solo by Brian May is edited. You're So Square I Don't Care omitted. Hello Mary Lou. Crazy Thing Called Love is edited on the DVD, but on the CD version you get the full the full fat version, but you want to see it. You want to see them again, and they perform. I think the Nap Stadium in Budapest held something like 80,000 people, and again, it is a very special. You watch them watching the band, and for them, this is something unusual. This is something magical. And it just feels like a completely different gig. You got to see it. It's one of those things where you go, wow, this is different, because they are playing to people who would never have seen. This would be their first time seeing a Western band of this magnitude, doing this music, And again, people forget what the cultural change has been, in the past. Well, nearly coming on to 40 years, a lot of things have changed. Some for the better, some for the worse. And 87. Sorry, 86. Why did I say 87? 86. It was still, the Berlin Wall didn't come down until a few years later, and Perestroika and all that happens. So yeah, it's almost like a historical document in a way, because it was a different time, a completely different time. So yeah, it's quite a remarkable document. So yeah, you should definitely give that one it's 118 minutes long, so it's a big one. It's nearly 2 hours. It's a big one. So you get a lot for your money. And yeah, you should definitely give that one a check, because I think you may have missed that one. You may have slipped by. So yeah, I've been talking about Hungarian Rhapsody, or as I like to call it, Queen live in Budapest, because I think it's a better time. Apparently, Hungarian Rhapsody is a play on Hungarian Rhapsody by Franz Liszt, apparently, because I did a song called Bohemian Rhapsody. I kind of shoehorned it in. But I think Queen live in Budapest's just as good. Everything has to have a title now. But yeah, do go and check that one out. It's interesting. I know it's the same set list, but it feels again, the reaction of the audience, the way that Freddie Mercury, he has a kind of respect for the audience. It's completely different and a different feel to it. So yeah, give that one a look. Hopefully I've pointed you in a different direction with this. I think again, if you're in the UK and you've got Now TV, you can watch this one on Now Live TV as well. So, Now TV. What am I like? You think at this day and age I'd be able to get these videos right, wouldn't you, without scripting it? I'll have to write all these words down next time. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you haven't, nothing I can do about it. Ta-da.